Balance is going strong once again after getting unbelievable results from Coco's press conference where she announced the products going live. NB has got another collection with Coco Gauff's signature style, and that is going viral. Coco Gauff is not only winning on the field, but also off the field, and NB is cashing all in for her, and it is producing results for them. New Balance has witnessed firsthand what Coco can do with their sales. She can transform empty retail spaces into absolute chaos, and that's exactly what happened just 2 days ago. During a press conference, she made a simple announcement that her merchandise was now available at New Balance stores, both in physical locations and online. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary.
Yeah, it was really cool. A lot of people have been asking for a while to be able to buy my kits, and yeah, I think there's 2 colorways. I decided to wear purple today because I felt like it gave more day vibes, and obviously there is an orange kit for night. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I guess I'll take the free promo question. There's a pop-up at Federation Square, and you can buy the kits in person there.
The online platforms immediately crashed under the weight of traffic. Physical stores became completely overrun with customers eager to get their hands on anything associated with Coco. The sales figures? They skyrocketed to $30 million in just 72 hours. This marketing approach has sent shockwaves rippling through the entire corporate landscape. Nike finds themselves in a position where they simply cannot respond effectively. They lack any athlete with comparable influence to Coco, and New Balance continues to dominate across every platform and metric. The gap is widening, and there's no sign of it slowing down. After those tremendously successful 3 days, New Balance wasn't about to let the momentum die. They had been anticipating this wave of enthusiasm, and they were prepared to ride it. Their response? Launch yet another campaign featuring specially designed footwear that's just beginning to make waves in the market. Their objective was crystal clear: maintain the energy and keep the sales trajectory climbing upward. Having succeeded spectacularly with their previous release, they understood the importance of striking while the iron was hot. The new campaign launched with specially crafted shoes that are already generating massive buzz. The advertisements are spreading like wildfire across social media, and the response from consumers has been overwhelmingly positive. As these fresh products hit the shelves and become available to the public, industry analysts predict another significant surge in sales figures. New Balance isn't just winning, they're rewriting the playbook on athlete endorsement marketing. Inside Nike's corporate offices, the regret is palpable. Sources close to the company's decision-makers have made it abundantly clear that they recognize their mistake. They opted to invest heavily in athletes like Aryna Sabalenka when they had the opportunity to pursue Coco Gauff instead. Coco isn't just another tennis player with endorsement deals. She represents an entire cultural movement, a shift in how athletes connect with fans and consumers. This phenomenon won't be slowing down anytime soon, and Nike is watching from the sidelines as their competitor capitalizes on an opportunity they missed. Here's what makes New Balance's success even more impressive. This wasn't luck or fortunate timing. New Balance knew precisely what they were executing. They had orchestrated this comprehensive strategy centered around Coco Gauff long before the Australian Open even began, before a single serve was launched at the tournament. Well ahead of the season's commencement, New Balance had established internally that they were investing everything in Coco. They comprehended her star quality, they acknowledged her tremendous influence over consumers, and crucially, they were prepared to make substantial bets on her capacity to drive merchandise sales. While competing brands remain relatively stagnant in their sales performance, New Balance is accelerating forward at an incredible pace. They built an entire strategy with Coco Gauff positioned at the absolute center of everything they do in tennis marketing. Traditional athletic brands typically follow a predictable pattern. They wait for tournaments to reach their conclusion, assess whether their sponsored athletes achieved noteworthy results, and only then consider launching merchandise or initiating marketing campaigns. New Balance completely abandoned this conventional approach. They grasped something fundamental about Coco Gauff's value proposition. They realized she didn't require a tournament victory for fans to desire her products and want to replicate her style. Her simple presence on the court, her popularity among diverse demographics, and her cultural influence were sufficient drivers of consumer behavior. This understanding led them to make an audacious decision: go live right in the middle of the season's first Grand Slam tournament. They had Koko personally reveal that every piece of equipment and clothing she would use throughout the Australian Open was immediately available for consumer purchase. No waiting period, no delayed releases, no traditional marketing timeline. This represented guerrilla marketing executed at the highest possible level. The results don't just speak for themselves, they shout from the rooftops. They're exceptional. Actually, exceptional doesn't adequately describe them. They're absolutely phenomenal. Previous year's financial data reveals an incredible narrative about New Balance's strategic success. Thanks to Coco Gauff achieving new career milestones and delivering consistent performances at the sport's highest levels, New Balance witnessed a 20% increase in their overall sales performance. Their yearly revenue climbed to $7.8 billion, representing that substantial 20% growth compared to the preceding year. This isn't a marginal improvement or a slight uptick. This represents a massive leap forward that directly corresponds with Coco's ascending star power and the strategic choices New Balance implemented to position their tennis marketing entirely around her presence and influence. Here's something particularly fascinating about New Balance's current approach. They're not attempting to create an entirely revolutionary strategy for this season. They're not discarding what worked to start completely fresh. Instead, they're refining and enhancing the previous strategy that delivered spectacular results for them. They've identified what succeeded brilliantly and are making it even more effective, more precisely timed, and more impactful in reaching their target consumers. This represents smart business strategy, building upon proven success rather than gambling on untested approaches. The execution demonstrates their understanding that when you discover something that works exceptionally well, you don't abandon it. You improve it, you amplify it, and you maximize its potential. To fully appreciate New Balance's current strategy, we need to revisit the year 2023, specifically when Coco Gauff captured her inaugural Grand Slam title at the US Open. That moment represented a historic milestone for Coco personally, but it simultaneously marked a transformative moment for New Balance as a brand. They had prepared for that precise moment with remarkable foresight and planning. New Balance positioned themselves to act the instant Coco achieved championship status. Within literal seconds of her securing that title, they launched celebratory merchandise. Not hours afterward, not the following morning, but seconds after the final point was won. Every item had been designed, manufactured, photographed, and loaded into their systems, ready for immediate release. They simply waited with their finger hovering over the launch button, and the moment Coco became a Grand Slam champion, they activated everything simultaneously. This level of preparation, this depth of commitment, and this willingness to innovate on traditional marketing approaches is exactly why New Balance is dominating the athletic endorsement space right now. They didn't just sign Coco Gauff to an endorsement deal. They built an entire ecosystem around her influence, timing their releases to maximize impact and consumer engagement. Nike is learning a painful lesson about the importance of identifying rising stars early and committing fully to their success. New Balance saw what others missed, acted while others hesitated, and now they're reaping rewards that extend far beyond typical endorsement ROI. As Coco continues her dominant run in tennis, and New Balance continues executing these brilliant marketing strategies, one thing is certain: this partnership is reshaping how athletic brands think about athlete endorsements, merchandising timelines, and consumer engagement in the digital age. The question isn't whether New Balance made the right choice with Coco Gauff. The numbers answer that definitively. The real question is, how high can this partnership soar, and can any competitor catch up to what they've built together?